As an equine nutritionist and holistic horse trainer, when I'm evaluating a new horse that I'm working with, one of the very first things that I look at is their top line. Their top line can tell me so much about their nutrition, about their conditioning and fitness, about any pain that they might be in. And today I'm going to tell you how to evaluate your own horse's top line so that you can gather the same information. Hi, I'm Ruby, a whole horsemanship trainer, and it is my mission to help you find more magic moments with your horse by building connection and resilience so that you can enjoy and find more meaning in the slog of the day to day. This weekend's horsemanship snack is all about evaluating your horse's top line. And next weekend, we're going to be talking about how to actually develop your horse's top line. Both are key and critical to your horse's health and wellness. Don't forget to check your inbox. If you're on my email list, there is a printable resource for you to help with this. And if you're not on my email list or you're watching this in the future, don't worry, you can click the link in the description below and you can get that resource as well. Please also make sure to like and subscribe so that you will get more videos like this as they come out. I do one every weekend and they're super fun. One last little fun housekeeping thing before I jump into showing you how to evaluate your horse's top line. I have my new merch and my new logo. I have my new water cup next to me. This thing is awesome. I know it's a Yeti knockoff, not quite as cool as a Yeti, but I have to say it's pretty great. And I've actually always been like more of a Nalgene like water bottle person myself, but I have to say having the straw makes it so convenient. And it fits in my cup holder, which is really important because I have a stroller, I have kids, and the cup holder thing is really key. Be able to take it with me. A lot of my other water bottles don't do that. And I just find myself drinking so much more water when there's a straw. I like sit on the mountain block and I can just like take a sip in the middle of the lesson. Right there, easy to keep myself hydrated. I don't have to fiddle with a cup. I also have hats and other things as well. Link in the description for the merch. Okay, moving on. I am going to show you right now how to evaluate your horse's top line using the top line evaluation scores system. This is a broadly recognized system used by trainers and vets and nutritionists to evaluate a horse's top line. But before we jump into that, I do just want to take a moment to talk about what the top line even is and why it's so important. So the top line is literally that top line of your horse from about their withers to their tail head. And it's made up of lots of muscles, including the trapezius, the latissimus dorsi, and the longissimus dorsi. These are the actual muscles that help your horse to move, as well as actually support you as the rider from underneath. They're so important and critical for our horse's performance and their longevity. I cannot overstate the importance of the top line in these muscles. The top line muscles are deeply affected by nutrition, by conditioning, and by saddle fit. When we see a top line that is not in ideal shape, it's often an indicator that there's something off in one of these areas or that the horse is having some kind of chronic pain issue. So big red flags when we see an underdeveloped top line. That said, if you are concerned about your horse's top line, please reach out to a veterinarian to have your horse evaluated for any kind of pain that they might be in. And then also let's talk about horse nutrition. There is a free resource below called your Build Your Bucket workbook that will help you get started in equine nutrition. I have lots and lots of videos on the topic, and just like, let's get to the bottom of this because often there is a simple solution, but we want to make sure that we're taking care of our horses and doing right by them. So please talk to the appropriate professionals and get your horse evaluated if you have a concern. Now, the actual evaluation is super simple and it's only going to take you a second. I highly recommend writing down your results or keeping it in a note in your phone and also taking a photo and then reevaluating in about a month or so. Evaluating too close together, it's going to be hard to notice the difference, but evaluating every month or so, you should be able to see the changes that we're looking for, either positively or negatively. So all you're going to do is take your flat hand and you're going to put your fingertips right on the edge of your horse's spine, starting at the withers, and you're just going to slowly run your hand down along the horse's spine all the way up toward the tail. And we're looking specifically at three main locations: the withers, the loin, and the croup. What I want you to do in each of these locations is just notice, is your hand flat? Is it concave? Or is it convex? If your hand is flat, that's kind of our ideal. If it's convex, there might be some overdevelopment or possibly fatty deposits there. So that's something we might want to look at, but it's not necessarily a sign of atrophied top line. What's really concerning is if your hand is concave like this. So in those three areas, you're going to test those three. And I suggest doing both sides because no horse is perfectly symmetrical. If your horse has 3 out of 3 that are flat or a little bit rounded up, that is good. That is a score of A. If it's 2 out of 3, so let's say the withers are caved down and everything else is flat, then that is a B. If it's only one zone out of those 3 is flat, then that's a score of C. And if none of them are flat, they're all caving in a little bit, then that is a score of D. Now, while this is really helpful to just have this like letter score system, it's also really important as you're taking notes that you note which areas are underdeveloped, because we can target them with different conditioning exercises to help build up that specific area. So that's all for this weekend. All I want you to do is go to the barn. I want you to test your horse's top line. It'll take you like 10 seconds. Jot down what you learn and then come back and comment and let me know what your horse's top line score is, because I'm super curious what we have going on out there. And next weekend, we come back because we are going to be talking about how to actually develop your horse's top line. And that's going to be a super helpful video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get that video when it comes out. And if you're watching this in the future, you can go ahead and skip right to it. All right, enjoy your weekend and make sure to hug your horse for me.